everyone, welcome back to my channel, Hysteria Projects. Hope you're doing well. I had to start this message over, so thankfully I didn't get too far into it. So let's start off with this. Oh, there's something on the mat. I am talking to a divine feminine here, somebody that is in feminine energy, male or female. This is somebody that is in receiving energy here, okay? And you have been on a journey with somebody. I'm getting this divine plan, sacred destiny, sacred union, okay? And I'm getting a lot of heartbrokenness. You know, I'm getting that you gave love. You may have not received that love, okay? There is this energy of being heartbroken and having to walk away. And because of that, I'm getting this like fuck forever energy, you know? So I do feel like this person, you know, you and this person do have a destiny together, okay? But this hasn't been unfolding the way that maybe you or this person had intended it to unfold. It seems like it's been unstable, to say the least, okay? And by you walking away, you are prioritizing your peace. You are prioritizing that spark within yourself. You know, you're protecting it, okay? I'm getting that you've had to put up a lot of boundaries with whoever this person is. And this may not be physical boundaries. These could be emotional and mental boundaries that you've had to set for yourself with this person. Again, I'm getting heartbreak, and I'm getting that you had to walk away when you didn't want to walk away. Now, with this divine plan, I do feel like you and this person have a purpose together, okay? There is a reason for this. Now, moving on to this energy right here, this is not somebody that you have a like a past relationship with. And when I say relationship, I mean like you and this person have never actually dated, or you've never actually been in a commitment together, okay? I'm getting that nothing was ever solidified. All right, this person could live somewhere where it's warm. You could have met this person on vacation. I'm definitely getting, though, that this is a newer energy in your life, okay? So take that how it resonates. Also, this, I'm going to say union, has been under heavy spiritual attack. Heavy spiritual attack. All right? The connection's been under attack. You've been under attack. This person has been under attack. Hell, this person could have spiritually attacked you. You know, it's giving a lot. It's giving, in fact, too much. And you had to fucking walk away. You said, fuck this. Fuck forever. You know, fuck this divine union. It don't seem so divine to me. I'm going to do what's best for me. Right? And that is exactly what you were meant to do. You know, you have been fighting battles that maybe you shouldn't have even had to fight, but you have learned a lot from these things. With this fertility, the seeds you plant now will grow and thrive. I feel like you planted good seeds. You know, you didn't do nothing wrong to this person. You didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. It is what the energy is here. Not for the spiritual attacks that I'm getting. And these doesn't have to be just spiritual. You know, you could have been physically attacked or verbally attacked, whatever it may be here, okay? You had to put your guard up. You had to defend and, you know, fight for yourself here. And you didn't really need to do that. You know, it's like you came to terms with the fact like, hey, it shouldn't be this difficult. You know, if this is this divine connection, I shouldn't be having to do all this. So you let it go. You know, you might have not wanted to. That's that heartbreak that I'm getting. It's not that you don't love this person. Not at all. In fact, I feel like you have tremendous love for this person. But it's nothing that's ever manifested in the physical form. You know, so it's like, why are you going through all of this shit if there's nothing to show for it, right? You know, that doesn't mean that you turned spiteful. That doesn't mean that you turned bitter. No, you continue to provide love. You continue to be nurturing. You know, you continue to be supportive. And really, you continue to be the bigger person, okay? What I'm getting is that, you know, now you're in this energy where you're not having to worry about this. You're not having to fight these battles and shit. And it's like Spirit wants to say, you know, you can sit back and relax and just enjoy the show at this point, okay? So let's get into it. We have the Four of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And the Four of Swords, yeah. So you were trying to hang on to this person. And you saw this union for what it was. You were very aware of what this connection was. You felt it. It was like screaming at you, okay? And you didn't want to let this person go, but you had to. This person, you know, caused you heartache. You've been healing from that. Now, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but this person that you were dealing with, this person could have not been very available, okay? This person could have been committed somewhere else, you know? Again, this is somebody that you've not actually had a, like, solidified relationship with, okay? So, it's like you saw this, you knew what this was, but maybe this person didn't. Or if they did, they chose to ignore it. They chose to do whatever they wanted to do anyways. And, you know, you had to ground yourself. You couldn't keep doing this. You had to move on. You had to do what was best for you. Regardless of what, it's like this soul contract was telling you, it's like you were being tested, you know, your patience was being tested here, okay? And I'm not saying that you don't still have feelings for this person. You know, just because fuck forever is the energy that's wanting to come out here, I'm getting that is that patience that has run out, you know? How long are you going to keep doing this? How long are you going to hang on to somebody that just breaks your heart, right? Right, okay, so tell us more about this divine plan, Spirit. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. And, yeah, the Five of Wands crossing. Okay, so, again, this person could have been in a relationship with somebody else, and that caused nothing but conflict, right? That's why nothing went anywhere. That's why this union was under such attack, is because it wasn't even a union. The potential of this becoming a physical thing here was being attacked in the spiritual realm, okay? It could have even been here, but I'm getting that you were being attacked from whoever this person's spouse was. And again, I'm not going to exclude the person themselves. They could have been in on this too, you know? I am getting this, like, you having to fight shit that you really shouldn't have had to fight, okay? And you weren't about this conflict. This person couldn't make up their mind. This person wanted to juggle. This person, they didn't see whatever this divine connection was. And if they did, they ignored it. All right? And you didn't want nothing to do with the conflict. Now, this conflict is crossing. This conflict is passing. Okay, so I'm getting that this person wants to reach out to you and they want to give you good news. And their good news is that they no longer want to be in this conflict. Now, I'm getting that they want to come clean. They want to be honest. It's like they kept you waiting. Intentionally so. And it made them feel good to wait. It made them feel good to have you wait for them. Which I think is pretty fucking shitty. But hey, to each their own, you know. And you were tired of this. You were tired of it. Yes, you love this person. Yes, you see the spiritual connection. But if this person isn't going to get with the fucking program, honey, best believe God will replace you with somebody that will, okay? So this is that energy that you're in. You're trusting God. You're trusting in the universe. You're no longer fighting battles that are not even yours to be fighting in the first place. And you continued to be, I'm going to say, loving. You continued to be supportive to who this person was, regardless of the pain that they put you through. You didn't treat them the way they treated you. This is why I got that energy of you being the bigger man. Okay? So Spirit is saying, you know, this fight, this battle, this shit's over. You know, you're not having to you can hang up the gloves. Spirit's got this. You can sit back, relax, and eat some popcorn. Okay? You walk through life with love, and you are going to get that back. You are going to receive love back. Yeah, this person was lying to you about being in a relationship with somebody and kept you thinking that they're, I don't know. It's like on one hand, this person is like keeping you in their pocket for the future, which makes no sense. And then like on the other hand here, you know, it's like, again, they lied to you because they wanted to just keep you waiting. Okay. Now, before I continue, for a percentage of you, again, this is a divine connection here. There is a soul connection here. All right? It really has tested your strength, your patience. It's really tested a lot of aspects of your life, you know. This person's integrity, for one, okay? So there's been a lot of lessons, okay? There's been a lot of things that have been brought up because of this soul tie, all right? Now, again, this isn't going to resonate for everybody here, but for a percentage of you, you still have hope that this will come together. You know, it's like God gave you a glimpse of what this was, and that's what you're hanging on to. You know, it's not so much that you're hanging on to this person, because you've not been shown anything except negative, except deceit, right? But there is something here that is absolutely beautiful that you do see. And it's because of that that you continue to hang on. It's because of that it's because of that. That's why you've been hanging on. It's because of this 5D connection, this feeling, you know, this inner knowing that you have, that whatever this vision is that you've been shown. Oh, that came out quick. 10 of Cups in the reverse, okay? It's like you were shown that this was going to be your 10 of Cups, and you were shown the exact opposite. So you had to let go. You know, and if this person chose someone else, right, trying to just keep you in the pocket for the future, well, this person, this is what Spirit's saying, get your fucking popcorn and sit back and relax, because this person about to be going through it. You know, the 6 of Swords wanted to come out in the reverse. You know, that's not moving on to calmer waters. That's moving straight into chaos. And it ain't got nothing to do with you, you know, and these are battles you don't have to fight. Look, Strength wanted to come out in the reverse. And then the Hanged Man. This person is about to have their whole fucking world turned upside down so they can get a new perspective of shit. All right? So they can get a new perspective. A new perspective of you. A new perspective of themselves. You're not having to fight these battles anymore. And I do feel like, part of you is still hanging on because there's this tie, there's this some kind of contract between the two of you. It's not like you can just actually really let this person go. There is a bigger plan here. And you have been shown whatever this vision is. And that's why you've been hanging on. Okay? But you're not hanging on to the point where you're letting it destroy you. You're not going to let it hold you back. Right? And Spirit is so proud of you. God is proud of you. You've been fighting and putting up a hell of a fight. And it's not necessary anymore. They're taking this over, okay? God is taking this over, and all of this reverse energy here, this is what they're saying. You can grab your popcorn and just sit back and watch, because it's like this person is going to get, they're going to go through what they put you through, but worse. And that will be their karma. They need this changed perspective. It's like really, the image that's coming through to my head is like a parent whipping a child, okay? That's what this energy feels like. Is that they're in trouble. They're getting a spanking. All right. So, let's pull a final message. Get one more. Okay. All right. So, final messages are circular time, cycles, rhythm, acceptance. You are not late. Life moves in spirals, not lines. Okay, yeah. You've been going round and round with this person, and there is a connection here. You've been hanging on. And you came to a point where you just accepted, okay, this is what it is, and I'm going to have to react accordingly to what I can see, and then reclaiming stillness, authenticity, serenity, truth. Peace is not found, it's remembered. And I started this off by saying, you are protecting your inner peace, that spark within you. You are protecting that. You have put boundaries up with this person, regardless of the love that you have for them and this beautiful vision that you've been shown. You're not seeing it here, okay? And this is why you haven't been seeing it. You've accepted it for what it is. Not saying you don't still have hope and, believe that maybe divine timing will cross paths again, but there were a lot of lessons to be learned in this on both sides, and possibly even parties outside of the two of you. All right? There is a bigger picture to all of this. And even if this person doesn't get with the program, because they're in trouble. Spirit is about to yank them by their ankles, okay? And flip their world upside down. They in trouble. If this person doesn't get with the program, you are still going to have this 10 of Pentacles and this 10 of Cups. You are still going to have this sacred, divine connection that is going to be fruitful and peaceful and loving, all right? Even if it's not with this person, you're still going to have that. So, get your popcorn ready. The show's about to start. I hope this message helped, and until next time, bye.